Good morning to you all. Just a few informations before we start. So we are going to present to you the webinar during 45 minutes. And the last 15 minutes of the webinar will be dedicated to a questions and answers session. Please feel free to ask any question via the chat bubble at the bottom right of your screen during the presentation. I will ask them anonymously for you at the end of the presentation. To do so, please address your question directly to me via the chat, choosing Pauline Vincent when you type it. Moreover, this session is recorded in order for it to be available later on for watching again or in case someone could not attend the webinar. And last but not least, please wait a few minutes at the end of the webinar in order to fill in the satisfaction survey. Thank you. Laurent?
Thank you. So good morning, everyone. So thank you for joining this important meeting of on the Go and Get project. This is the name on the transformation plan we would like to put in place in operation, but I would say not only in operation. This is an important project for all stakeholders, for sales, for IT, for operations, for all stakeholders in MSH, to improve our quality of service and to meet our client expectation. So following the communication we sent mid-August, I think the 13th, we present you briefly, the launch of the Go and Get project, but the objective of the webinar today is to present you where we come from, what the objective of the project, and also what will be your contribution, because we need your support, we need your participation, we need your contribution to be successful in the project. I would say we cannot do anything alone. We need to work closely with all teams, all offices, all people to be sure we can meet the target, we can meet the objective for our clients. So we prepared a short presentation, as mentioned by Pauline. We will try to be quick and to have to let enough time to have question and answer to your question. We have 3 webinars. One webinar with Dubai in Shanghai now, during 1 hour. One webinar with Paris at noon, and one webinar with Calgary office and Toronto office this afternoon. So just in introduction, because when we presented, the global concept of project to our board, we have an important people in France named Jacques Richier. Is very well known in the insurance market, and he feels very confident on the project. He found that very very well to have this kind of thinking to move to adapt our services. But he said that today, okay, we try to be more customer oriented, we want to try to meet client expectation, but in fact the customer put themselves at the center. And when he said that, this is because, in fact, with the digitalization, mobile app, expectation of the client, they can do everything. They can ask everything. And you are a client, I am a client, and we can compare all offer, on the market. And we want, more services, more immediate answer, more precise answer. So, and this is the same in our market and for our, insured members. So they ask her to be more proactive, following their request, to follow what they want in terms of case management, and to have immediate answer to their request. So today, we answer to email or to request in more or less 2 days. This is too long today for the market, not for Laurent, not for Muriel, not for Gassan, but for the market, they want immediate answer, and we cannot, do anything else. So we need to adapt our service following, the expectation from the clients themselves. So just briefly, retrospective analysis and to explain why we are today on this project and why we launched Golden Gate project, because we did, many things in the past, but I think this is very useful to understand why we launched the project now, to understand what we have done, in the past. So just, to summarize, what we have done since 2016. So we have three main steps, in fact, in a message in terms of operation. The first steps you can see in 2016, 2018 is a reorganization of our model of operation. So, we have now 5 operation center organized by process. So every team is responsible for one process. We have one customer care in each office, one claims teams, one team, and so on and so on and so on. We did that because we know we have to mutualize the workload, and we have also to have more expertise on each process, because today nobody can be an expert on claims, on pre-certification, on case management, and customer service. This is impossible, to be honest. So that's why in 2016 we have decided to do this kind of reorganization. In the same time, we launch new digital features, as you know, the mobile app, the provider portal, Léomur, so the automatic claims process, to be more digitalized in our, way of work with insurance members. The second stage is 2018 to 2020. We have no more digital features, in fact, in the mobile app or the personal pages, but we have implemented Contact, so the new CRM tool, to be more proactive in terms of customer service and to have all historics interaction, and to be more professional, I would say, in terms of customer service. So it takes time. To be honest, it was quite difficult. Again, today, I know we have some, issue with stability of Contact and the way it works today. So we work on that. And we launched in parallel, new case management process into Magenta, to be more proactive. In the same times, we have, won many contracts, and we need to absorb, the volume of claims each year, and we, the increase of the volume of claims, calls, logs, anything else is more or less 15% per year. Of course, we don't increase the resource at 15% per year. So we need to find, gain the productivity, efficiency to, we recruit some resources, but we need also to improve the process itself, to have this kind of, to increase the productivity. And to do that also, we have created, the Tunis office in terms of support for Paris portfolio and Dubai portfolio. The third stage, the last stage, is very important because since 2020, we face, I think, 3 major situations. The first one is COVID-19. So we need to have, all offices in terms of remote. So we have concentrated all our capabilities, to put all offices and teams in a remote location. So this is quite important. I think we were successful in doing that, but it takes time, it takes resources, and this is quite complicated also to manage everything remotely. In parallel, all our IT team were focused on remote and large and complex groups. So we won EAB, ICRC, AME, and they didn't have time, to improve, efficiency, new digital feature, and so on. So all, IT resources were concentrating on that. That's why we have not developed, new digitalization functionalities or features into our mobile app, into V9, into Magenta, or into the web portal. So this is now, the stage where we are, but the Golden Gate project is, to as we did in 2016, to launch a new major program to do more digitalization, to be more efficient, to be more proactive. And we have the support, of course, of all stakeholders, including Frédéric Grand, to do that. Just to give you, retrospective analysis on what I have said, the portfolio increased about 30% between 2017 and now. The performance improve. You can see, the turnaround time for emails in 2 days, the turnaround time of claims in 4 days increased dramatically. So this is because of staff engagement, the organization, your contribution, the productivity, and so on and so on. And now I think we have a good performance, but we can, and we will explain, improve in some areas the quality of service and the personalization of the service. So, and this is, I think, the last slide on the, the feedback and the analysis we have done, with all the team. So, the production, flows increase. Alors, this is a good news because we won many contracts, but many contracts more complex, ICRC, EMI, and so on. So this is just not a tap in V9. You have, to manage the way of processing. The expectation in terms of customer service, case management of these kind of clients have changed. So they need to be more accompanied, to in terms of plain hospitalization, or sometimes just for, prior approval, or just for, bank rejection. So they need to have more feedback, and more feedback with the same agent, because we know with our organization, sometimes they can have Paris on phone, Calgary, Shanghai, and I think we can improve this kind of response to our clients. So we have strong results, and again, this is done by all the teams. So I would like to thank you for all performance we deliver today to our clients. I think this is very good, and that's why we win many contracts. This year we have won Accor, we have won Airbus, we have won Mofa Iraq. So we have, we increase the portfolio in one client because our performance in operation are good, but we need to improve again the quality of service, because depending of the pathway, I would say, we know that we have some discrepancy on what we sell to the clients and what we've done on the ground by all offices. I'll just take 2 examples. When you have a claim without any particularity, everything goes well. This is processed, in 2 days, 3 days, so no problem. Sometimes, and I think you have this kind of example when on a daily basis, when you have you receive an email or a call, but let's say an email with 2 questions, puis sometimes, well, I have the answer, but this is a question not on my part. So I'm customer care, so this is a question enrollment. I could answer to the client, but this is not my part. So I prefer to transfer to enrollment team before, answering to the client. And we have many examples like that, we prefer transfer to another team, to another office, to another department, instead of answering directly to the client, because we are very focused on the productivity, on the performance, and on what we have to do on our process. And this is one of the main objectives of the Golden Gate project, to open this mind, and to be sure when we receive a call to the client, we answer directly most of the time to the client. We receive an email, we don't transfer the email, we answer, and so on and so on. So I think this is easier to say than to put in place in our organization. So that's why we launch this global project, and we have to, to work with you on how we deal with that. But I think this is very important to be more proactive, more personalized in a way in the future, and to meet again the expectation of our clients. this is some example, but this example, I've been confronted because we launched, an important study by an external company last year, and I let, Audrey explain just briefly the conclusion, but this is quite the same, I explained, but this is important, to have this feedback from an external point of view to be sure we are on the good path and what we can improve in terms of process. So I let you explain, Audrey.
Thank you, Laurent. I'm going to do quickly. I'm going to start with the Stratello analysis. I already showed you with more details. The Stratello analysis allowed us to follow a method and to include all sites in this works. So we identified enchantments and irritants for individual and collective population, and we focused on 4 key pathways. Next, Laurent, please. Next. We moved toward 3 stages and lead to an action plan. So we have a solid working base. Okay, we were delighted to note that the overall level of satisfaction is correct and have formalized the main irritants experienced by our customers. I do quickly. You can. Yes, thank you. In order to capitalize on these works, our first action was focused on specific training, harmonized for the different states, and built the transformation together. Voilà. This is, I finished.
So just quickly, because we have presented to you this study made by Stratello, but they confirm what we feel on the ground. And I think, again, you work on a daily basis on all processing, and what we present to you, you have this kind of example, on the daily basis. So again, we need to improve our client services and processes. We need to simplify our process. We need to digitalize more because, again, what I explained before, we have a freezing of digitalization since 3 or 4 years. So we need, to reinvest in IT to digitalize more, and we explain what we will do, in the next month. And the most important, explained by Audrey, we need to personalize the service. And this is not so simple because of our organization, but we need to find with you how we can deal with that. So this is one of the most important points. And we don't, need IT to do that, but this is a new way of work and a new way to handle cases, not only for customer service or front office, but a global, new way of works in claims, in pre-cert, in medical, in enrollment, and so on. So on. We do many things on that today, but we need to structure more, and to be sure we can personalize the service, on a daily basis. And this is, I think, quite challenging. Muriel?
Yeah, thank you. And thank you, Audrey, for explaining the Stratello. So just to highlight something, the Dubai team didn't go through the Stratello yet. So they will go in by end of September, October. This is something that we are preparing for Audrey. And hopefully we will be focusing on 10 persons from customer service and from other department to train the trainer. And hopefully we will be there soon. Okay, thanks, Laurent. So I'm moving to this part where we came to know that our company has been focusing on delivery, and this is thanks to everyone. And specifically from a performance perspective, it was very good. As Laurent mentioned, we have gained a lot of new clients because of the delivery. But from final customer satisfaction, it's not there. It's not up to the level that we want all of us to be. So how we came to know? First of all, we have done multiple surveys. The first one is at the level of the client, where we saw that there is a client insatisfaction. As you know, there is every 2 years a survey that is going to the clients, and this is where they will come back and they will give us all the details. And hopefully by end of September, October, we will have the client survey that will go for this year. From NPS, I'm sure that you all know about the NPS. It is the Net Promoter Score. So the results are not good. If you see, we started in October where it was -28, and in July it is -8. So our objective, the Net Promoter Score, it is a monthly and random survey that is sent to all the members. So one was at the level of the client survey. Now we are focusing on the member survey. And this member survey is done randomly whenever there is a transaction that a member is doing with our customer service mainly. So this is where a survey is sent, and the members can say if he's detractor, so he's not happy, if he's passive, or if he's promoter. So what is our objective? Our objective by this project is to ensure that we are moving all the detractors to promoters, and to move all the passive to be promoters. And really this cannot be done if it is not done by every one of us, by changing the processes, by transforming all our way of working. From the feedback that we got, we had a lot of verbatim that have been mentioned. Not customer-centric, no follow-up, and all waiting time too long, no digital tools, or missing certain things on the digital tools to meet the expectation of the members, how it is moving very fast, and to meet the competition also, where we need to ensure that our digital app, all the apps are up to the level according to the competition. It is good, but it's not good to the level that we want and according to the competition. And when I say competition, as you know, it's not just the insurance world, but it is also outside the insurance world. It is Amazon, it is all the different companies that we treat on a daily basis, or when we order something and it is coming very quickly and we are very satisfied. So our objective is really to focus on customer centric, and this is one of the main objective of our project. If we can move to the next slide, Laurent, please. So from a conclusion from this small first part of the presentation, if I can say, we are here to ensure that the global project transformation will be successful. And in order to be successful, we want to include all stakeholders. What I mean by all stakeholders, it is all the different sites, all the different offices. So it's not just we listen to Paris, we don't listen to all the other offices. No, everyone should be involved. And when we say all stakeholders, we need to listen to all our partners. So the partner can be a member, and this is our number one main objective. It can be also the partner, brokers, client, etc. So the main objective today is to personalize the service. to strengthen the self-care. And finally, we cannot forget, if we are doing a personalized service, that we forget the productivity. So we need to ensure that we gain in productivity, and we ensure all the big transactions that are moving 30% and more and more. And this is what we need to put in place. So one main objective, be best in class, be customer centric, and this is the objective of this global project transformation. How it has been built, so it was a global transformation, and you know that Laurent has been assigned as a CTO. Presentation has been done to COMEX friends, where we have the buy-in and the acceptance to go ahead. We have a presentation done for all the CEOs, including Ghassan for Dubai and all the other CEOs for China and all the other offices. The project also has been presented to certain clients like Preventair and MSF and Nestle, and it has been very well accepted and received.
Yeah,
thank you.
Because I participate in many meetings with clients, and I test clients on the way we want to follow, and this is very well received, and I think we can, with this project, meet expectation from all of our clients for the international portfolio. But again, I think we don't want to we want to have also a look on the local portfolio, because what we will done for the international portfolio need to be served for the local portfolio. We have many challenges in Dubai with the local portfolio, so we need to have also local portfolio embedded into the project to be sure we are aligned, because the expectation from the clients in local market, international market are quite the same, in fact. So we need to improve all our services. So
Thank you.
this is what we have done in terms of analyzing why we launched this Golden Gate project. And we feel that this is a time to launch this project now, because I'm pretty sure we have now the maturity in all teams, in all offices, to move. Because I don't have this feeling or this assurance before, because of COVID-19, because the level of maturity and performance between all departments and offices. But today, this is not the same. I think we are now on the same level. We follow the same process, the same performance. So I think this is the time, to launch this project, to move, and to to have everyone, in this project, because we need you to transform the operation on a daily basis. So what is our ambition? This is quite simple, in fact, but you will see in details after. This is not so simple. So we need to have the notion of customer centricity, in all operation on a daily basis, to think first to the answer of to the client, of course. We have one question, we answer to one question, two questions to answer, and so on and so on. And to have I would say common sense on what we ask and how we can answer to the clients. To just take an example, sometimes for some cases of some delicate cases, situation cases, we cannot just apply the benefits. We need to understand the request of the client and see how, if the benefits cannot cover something and so on, why the member or the client ask us to cover that, and if we cannot cover, what we can propose to the client, to help him in this situation. So this is just an example, but this is a way we want to work in agility in a day-to-day administration. So just not I process, but we need to to have an organization to answer to all requests, all questions, and to have more common sense, I would say, to to reach the expectation from the clients. Sorry. Can you hear me? Because I receive a call. In terms of customer centricity, we will launch new services, VIP services, conciergerie services, and so on, and so on. So, and we need for these services to personalize our what we our service in all offices. But not only for these new services, I think we need to improve, I would say, the customer service in a large way, not only customer care again, but in back office, in front office, to personalize the service and to be more customer centric, as explained by Audrey or Muriel. So this is very, very, very important. To do that, you will see we will work, on some processes, on soft skills. We will work on digitalization because we know all self-care we can do in the mobile app. This is, more resources we can put in place to personalize the service or to accompany our members, for complex cases, difficulties in terms of hospitalization for, chronic disease treatment and so on and so on. So that's why we have two pillars, in fact. So to reinforce the self-care and to personalize the service, to move most of our resources in, a new way of work. This is just, summarize here. So digitize the process, and we will explain what we will do, in the next months. To be more real time in terms of our answer by customer service, and we will put next year live chatbot, and so on. But we will also, implement a real-time decision making, the mobile app or web service, to give, directly more information to the member. Instead of receiving a request, I don't know how MSH will reimburse me for for glasses, for lens, for dental treatment. I think we can put directly modules in the mobile app to give this kind of information to the member and avoid a simple question. And we will create also a specific team, and we will explain after what will be the role of this team of transformation and customer experience. And of course, we do that, to improve what we have to improve in terms of quality of service, and to be in the match with our main competitors, Cigna and Allianz. Because if we don't move, I would say we have more difficulties in terms of retention of our clients and to win new contracts. So we need to move and to be up to date to the competition. Just not copy what the competitors done, but to understand what the client want and to put this kind of organization, process, services in place. So, and I think this is the way we have built the Golden Gate project. So I think this is the most important part of the presentation. So we will take maybe 10 minutes to explain what we have done, because in the project we will put in place 5 work streams. We will explain the principal mission of this work stream and what we are waiting for different offices and teams and you. So the first work stream is about client experience and transformation. We have 2 sponsors, Kasia Pajinska and Chaz Dismay. I think you know Chaz and Kasia, and I let the word to Chaz to explain this work stream. Chaz.
Okay, thank you, Laurent. Hello, good morning, everybody. So one of our objectives is to reinforce, for this work stream, reinforce existing measures on how MSH clients evaluate our services so that we may continue to improve their customer journey. This will involve reviewing and adapting existing client service in place, as well as putting in place new service to increase our visibility. How the results of the service should be analysed, when and how actions should be defined and implemented will also have to be reviewed. We would like to benchmark and review what is available on the market to review and reinforce the existing measures. What are our clients' expectations when we onboard them? How do expectations evolve, and how should we monitor these? How do these align with MSH priorities, and how should we communicate and report this progress? These are all key areas for discussion. Once this initial phase has been terminated, the objective is to create a global dashboard to register the results, to identify dissatisfaction with these, and put in place action plans for non-achieved key performance indicators. Decentralized and increased data will enable us to provide a more in-depth analysis, to proactively take steps to resolve problems either by client, process, or activity. The next key subject to be addressed in this work stream will be the redesign of training plans to adapt to personas identified with Stratello. It is crucial that we accompany all the teams to be in a better position to handle increasingly demanding clients, and also that we banish the irritants that were identified with Stratello. Participants in the workstream will be challenged to help identify measures we can take to strengthen ownership and internal concepts. How can we limit the number of interactions within operations or within each team? How should we manage emails when there is a response required from different departments, different teams? A team will be a new customer experience and transformation team will be created within MSH operations. The different skills required will have to be discussed, and the job descriptions will be created and shared accordingly. But in a nutshell, this team will be in charge of maintaining the momentum around these subjects, and also responsible for identifying any additional topics which need to be managed. I'll now transfer to Audrey, who will now discuss the next work stream.
Yes, thank you, Chaz. It is very clear and complete. First of all, I'm delighted to present this project to you, and I'm very happy to be a sponsor with Mathieu Bietcharton. For this workshop, first of all, before describing this workshop to you, I would like to bear in mind a particular point for this, I'm going to ask you questions. When you contact your mutual, your health insurance, is what you want to discuss with an anonymous department? Or do you want to discuss with the person who will take care of you file until the end? Our customer, like you, want their files to be taken care of by a person and to be dealt with from A to Z. This project aims to promote the end-to-end customer experience. This project design a target operating model delivering a just-on-time service in a combined way to deliver the best on-time service on our main operations department and integrate efficient exchanges with supporting departments. So we all have to keep in our mind all our actions generate added value and makes MSH different from its competitors. So we must deliver high quality and customer satisfaction to at each stage of the value chain. We would like to process requests with the same level of quality. The added value is on all daily actions. We are all part of this value, and we will be delighted to deal with this with you and together during these workshops. Sorry. For example, we would like to create a new operating model able to deliver on the different business lines and to serve customer centricity purpose. We want to work with you on a specific organization for new services, VIP, case management, disease management. Another example, very simple, is one phone call or one mail equal one immediate answer. And we would like to work with you on this. We are all welcome on board, and we are waiting for you. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Audrey. The third work stream is about self-care and digitalized processes. Why we consider that self-care and digitalization are important, because it's a great opportunity to improve the well-being of people. And we all know that our customers are demanding on the well-being field. It can help them take ownership of their health as well, facilitate and improve quality of care. So for this work stream, we've identified some key digitalized functionalities. The first one is the chat. When asked about their preferences for support channels, customers say that they prefer live chat over social media, email, and even phone support. Why? Because live chat support is fast, efficient, and convenient. Since we start customer centricity strategy, studies already have proved that live chat improves the support experience for customers, helps with the customer acquisition and onboarding, boost our customer care team's productivity. So we consider that this functionality is a key one for our strategy. The second one is the chatbot. What are the main benefits of this functionality? First, it facilitates seamless live communication. It makes our customer service available 24/7. We have already in place this organization, but we need to reinforce it. It allows us to save time and money, reduce also people-to-people interactions with customers for, let's say, tedious, time-consuming tasks. And it offers as well a smoother customer journey. As other new functionalities, we need to work on push messages, because all the push messages, what are push messages? Maybe you don't see how it works. For example, now when a claim is validated by our team, our customers receive a message on their email, and then they can check directly what is the reimbursement, etc. We need to reinforce more this functionality. For example, when someone sent a log, then the same push message is sent. It can be through an SMS or any other channel. The work stream, this work stream will be worked also with the team or with all the involved participants to think about all the new functionalities and self-care that we can put in place. We can study also WhatsApp and SMS channel solutions, payment also through mobile phone. We all know that we have some specific regions, specific areas where the payments are not easy at all, with lots of bank rejections, etc. So we will be studying the payments on mobile. So on each deliverable, we will prepare all the specifications. We need to work also in terms of organization chart, how we will, for example, manage the chat, which team will be in charge of this digitalized solution. We will be working also on processes, on a clear roadmap for a certain period to implement, and of course the action plan. So the sponsors of this work stream are Anas and myself, and we need each region has its own specificity. Thank you. Muriel, I think the floor is yours now.
Yeah, thank you, Duha. So the fourth work stream is communication development of the project culture and change management. So as it is mentioned, it is mainly in two main streams: the communication, to ensure that we are communicating internally to all our stakeholders and externally to all our stakeholders, our partner, client, and members. So it will be creation of website. We will have a community also on community a page. We will have to communicate through emails, by conference as today. And the second part is project culture and change management. Finally, any change cannot happen without everyone, to have the buy-in of everyone and to be all integrated in the same vision that we are putting in place. So in order to do that, we need to ensure that we have an agile structure, an agile way of working, and to ensure that our processes and our way of the day-to-day work is agile. We will be focusing also on quick wins, on big wins. We will be focusing on how to celebrate also. I know maybe in Dubai we celebrate more than other offices, but maybe it's not enough, or it is enough. We will have to discuss and to see. So this is the idea, and we will have to define the approach of all the deliverables that we will be putting in place in order to ensure that everyone is aware. So this is from communication. Laurent, to you.
Yeah, thank you. So briefly, we have the last work stream is about the management of tool redesign. So we presented to you what we want to launch in terms of new functionality in mobile app, web service, but we have a lot of new features to implement into V9, for instance, not only for the international market but for local market too. So that's what we launched the work stream. To be sure we are aligned in what we expect in terms of new features in our tools and what we have in terms into the roadmap, IT roadmap, with resources and budget. So this is part of the work stream to integrate after validation, the new features in the IT roadmap. Maybe we need to, to add on other things because we have, some pods, but I think we have many things to develop or to improve in V9 Contact. Not Magenta, because as you know, we are working on the integration on Magenta into V9 to stop Magenta, because this is not quite easy for the teams to have Contact, V9 and Magenta. So we will put functionality of Magenta into V9. And the next step of that is to study on the creation of a single interface. So to have an interface with all data from Contact and from V9 for all our teams, to new modern interface, I would say, because we have not the objective to change V9 or to change Contact, but we need to improve to have a web interface and a unique interface for all the team to be more efficient. So, you know, we have 5 work streams. So based on the 2 pillars I mentioned, one part is digitalization, one part is, you know, the personalization of service, how we can improve the service. And this work stream, you know, is a you know, a place, you know, to think, to you know, to have ideas, to exchange, because we don't want to have a top-down solution or top-down project. We need you, you know, to work together, you know, to improve our, to have a new reflection, new ideas, how we can improve the service. That's why we need you in all this work stream. In terms of timeline for the, you know, the work stream 1, 2, and 3, we need proposal and deliverables before the end of November. So because after that we need, you know, to have a final review and arbitration in terms of, I don't know, but if we change something, or if we need new resources, budget, and so on, of course we need to discuss with all stakeholders and to have the final word from Frédéric Grand, you know, to put that in place before end of January. And all the next year will be, you know, the time to implement, you know, what we have decided to do, and in parallel to develop, you know, new features in all our tools, into our front tools or back office tools during 2023 and 2024, because sometimes with IT, we know we have some, you know, we need more time, you know, to develop, you know, when I talk about the new interface, I think we cannot do that in 6 months, as you know, so we need, you know, to have, to take time to implement this kind of new solution.
Okay, so at this level, we are recruiting, and this is the good news for all of us, that we will be participating, and every office will be participating in this, in the different work streams. So how the recruitment will be done? As explained before, we have 5 work streams, and from each office we are looking for 3 or 2 for communications, but we want also your skills. So we want you to think a little bit out of the box, not the daily work that you are doing, but to think a little bit differently. We need your ideas. So on each, you heard already the different work streams. For example, if you have a know-how on certain fields or a certain certification that will be interesting to be added, so please come and send it to us and participate. So this is the objective of this call. We are looking for you. We are recruiting. We need volunteers, and that's why we will be moving and we will be successful in each in this project, this big project. If we move to the next slide. So how this will be done? We will have 1 ambassador per site in order to ensure that the information is going and to ensure that the project is progressing in a good way. So even for the people who are not participating on the work stream, I know we cannot have all the employees that will be involved in our meetings, but the idea is we will have 1 ambassador where your ideas can go also through them. The idea is that if you are looking to be contributor and to a work stream, please send us the email to goldengate@msh-intel.com. Hurry up, because it is till next week, 24th of September. So the idea is that let us know on which work stream you want to work, if you have any skill or you don't have any skill, if you have any know-how or you don't have any know-how. We are looking for different backgrounds, and we are looking for you. We are recruiting. From a time perspective, sure, it will be a volunteering work. It will be additional to your work, but not more than maximum 8 to 10 hours per month during this period, till we have everything defined, all the proposals and everything clear what we are looking for in this project. We will have a page in community where we will put all the different, even this presentation will be added in the community, and on a regular basis you will be receiving from the communication work stream, the information, where we are, the milestones, what we have achieved, the quick win and the big wins. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for this presentation and thank you for your attention. So we have received a few questions. We are going to address a few since we are running out of time already. And any question which cannot be addressed now will be developed in the next communications that will be sent to you as just explained by Muriel. The first question that we have received that we can ask now, does personalize the service implies performing data analysis?
Yeah, Laurent, or so yes, sure, there is data analysis that should be done in the different work stream, depending on which one, which work stream we are working on. We will have to take whatever is already there, do certain analysis. For example, now we are working on transferring calls. So we are doing a certain analysis, data analysis, and according to this, we will have to move to the next step.
Thank you, Muriel. Yes, Laurent?
No, I confirm we have all data, on different processes, and more than the data, I think you again, I explained you have multiple examples, to share, and when we talk about transfer, mails, not personalized, I think what I say. So we have data, but this is more quality and so on. I think you are very well known on what we explained today. So and what we want to to change, to improve. Not in one click, but how we put, new process, new training, new everything, to move to, the best class in terms of service.
Thank you. One last question before we finish. It is a question about the management of back office tools regarding the repayment of claims to members and providers. Does the team in charge of the project assess the current process, and what do we need exactly to improve?
When you talk about repayment, you talk about bank rejection or something else? Repayment?
Repayment or direct payment. I think it's payment of claims to members and providers.
Yeah. If you talk about, because we know we have some issue about, payment in, certain currency, and the process I mentioned about bank rejection is perfectible. We can improve, I think. So yes, this is we are working with IT to develop something during the summer, but we will continue, to improve the process to avoid, rejection, and to be more faster in terms of payment. Because today, when we do some payment by the normal bank account, I would say USD, Euro, it takes 1 or 2 days to do the payment. When you use Citibank for some, exotic currencies, it can take 2 weeks. If we put the process, if we analyze the process in place, and so we can process your claims in 4 days, and from a member perspective, this is 2 or 3 weeks. So we have a gap, and this gap we need to fulfill, or to reduce this gap, because this is not a good quality of service. And when I mention, remediation plan for some clients like MSF, CRC, or MSF, UNESCO, and sometimes we know that we use, Citibank, because this kind of clients are located in some countries where we don't use, our current bank account, and we have, some issues in terms of payment for members and sometimes for providers too. So and when we stop, when we have a free turn to stop direct billing for all our clients, I think we need to, to improve the process before to have this kind of situation.
Thank you, Laurent. Do we have 2 minutes for last question?
Yes.
Yes. Do we have something in the pipeline for a BI tool that can get data from V9, Magenta, Contact, and some peripheral applications in one platform for analysis?
Alors, yeah, alors, you know, we have merged with the Geo group last year, and the Geo group have a specific skills and license with Power BI. I think everyone around the table know Power BI, and the objective is to use the same tool, before maybe the end of the year or beginning of the next year to put a link between Power BI and all data storage, to have direct connection between the Power BI, and to give you, all Power BI tool to Dubai, Shanghai, Calgary, and Paris for your, kind of presentation, analysis in a day-to-day basis for manager, performance team, and so on. So we are working on it, and we have again some specialists in Geo environment on Power BI to train the team to use Power BI.
Thank you. And now the real last question. Don't you think that organizing by process might in fact delay the process? Would organizing by level of expertise be more efficient?
This is a question. So we again what explained before. So we have improved globally the performance with this kind of organization by process. So I think this is a win for everything. But today we have a new stage, and maybe we need to move to another organization. I don't know if it's an organization by expertise or another one, but this is some question we needed to answer in the workstream 2. Because we talk about end-to-end process, but this is part of the end-to-end process workstream. So we need to deliver faster. So we need to have a global, performance, but in parallel, we need to have more expertise, more personalized service. So we need to balance this two-way of work in a new organization, or I would say way of work today. And this is part, of the workstream 2 to present some proposition. Everybody around the table have in mind, how we can, move. Me too, but I would like to have, collective or to work together to see how we can deal with this kind of proposition and find the good solution.
Thank you, Laurent. So we are done now with the questions.
Thank you all for attending this meeting. I expect we are quite clear on the purpose of this important project for all the teams, and as explained by everybody and Pauline, you can ask if you want another question directly on a Golden Gate address mail, and we are looking for some contribution if you want to be with us to participate and to have some proposal to do. You are welcome. So feel free to propose your skills to contribute to this major project for this year and the next year, of course. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thank
Just
you.
please wait a few minutes before disconnecting to fill in the satisfaction survey. Thank you.